Good evening, everyone. We'll get started in just a few minutes. If you need, there are restrooms here in this hallway. And if you'd like to grab a bottle of water out in the atrium, if you missed that, please help yourself to a bottle of water and bring it in here as well. Okay, this is a test really for our viewers at home. We will start in 1 minute. This is an audio test for our viewers at home. Good evening, and welcome to the staff, family, friends, and community joining us online. We certainly appreciate your ongoing support of our school. Lauren is in her 16th year of teaching. She spent 14 years at Rockdale County High School, where she was also named Teacher of the Year in 2014-15. She taught part-time at Rockdale Virtual Campus for 15 years before joining RVC full-time, where she has now been teaching social studies for 2 years. She loves watching her 7-year-old Ashley Bush, Alpha Academy. Ashley has been teaching for 9 years and currently serves as the high school mathematics teacher and the avid teacher for middle and high school. She is an avid TV binge watcher and online window shopper who is seeking healthier hobbies. She does have a German Shepherd that I am sure pulls her away from the screen. She has a daughter in middle school and a son who is a freshman at Tennessee State University. She finds it exceptionally rewarding when she bumps into her previous students and they provide her with details of their success and how she contributed. Christine Klein, Congress Middle School. Christine has been teaching for over 20 years and currently serves as an interrelated teacher. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling, shopping, exploring the outdoors, spending raising a young daughter. She realized that family support is vital and time management is. Her motto for everyone is, "You are awesome and amazing, so be great." Ashley Collins, Barksdale Elementary. Ashley is in her 5th year of teaching and teaches 2nd grade. In her spare time, she loves to craft, cook, and dance. She also enjoys working out, teaching Zumba classes, and hiking with her sorority sisters. She has 2 boys that keep her on her toes, and she is engaged to be married next year. She says her most rewarding experience thus far involves a former student who had a hard time working with anyone. He did not want to listen or do any work and was very aggressive. She recalls they had a rough start, but says their relationship grew. They had a real heart-to-heart conversation, and she told him that he was such a bright child, and she knew it, but others couldn't see it because of his behavior. That day, she knew he listened and received what she said. By the end of that year, he would listen to her, follow directions, complete work, and he started to shine. He continues to shine at the top of his class. She says she truly got to see what building a real genuine relationship could do for a student. Lindy Donahue, J.H. House Elementary. Lindy is in her 8th year and currently teaches 4th grade. In her spare time, she loves to work in her yard, read, travel, and volunteer with the youth in her church. She says she loves changing a student's opinion on their least favorite subject. She believes that if she can help a student fall in love with reading and math, she can change their academic future for the better. She recalls her first year teaching a student in 2nd grade who hated math. He believed he was terrible at it. His mom came to her later in his elementary career and told her she had changed his outlook on math. He loves math, believes in his abilities, and is in high school this year ahead of the game. She also loves the community she creates in her classroom each year. She always wondered why she seemed to have the eccentric students in her class, until she finally realized that she brings out the eccentricities in her students. Jennifer Duello, Heritage High School. Jennifer has been teaching 7 years, all in 9th grade math at Heritage. She enjoys working in her yard and her house. She loves to eat at new restaurants and explore new places. She has 3 dogs and lives with her best friend of over 20 years, who also teaches in Rockdale County Public Schools. She now has some of the same students her friend taught in elementary and says she immediately connects with them. She says teaching 9th grade puts her in a unique situation to see how much her students grow through their high school careers. She always loves seeing them outside of school, especially at their jobs. She is so proud of how far many of them have come in their 4 years and the amazing young adults they grow into. Monette Horn, Flat Shoals Elementary. Monette began teaching over 15 years ago, and for the past 7 years has been teaching 1st grade and serving as the 1st grade chair. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling with a goal of reaching all 50 states. She has made it to 30 thus far, with Florida and North Carolina being her favorites. She also enjoys reading, serving on the children's ministry at her church, and spending time with her family. She and her husband of 24 years have 2 adult sons and a little dog that has been with them for 13 years. She says her most rewarding experience in her teaching career is watching as her students become independent readers, gain the confidence and eagerness to read in class, and when their parents share stories of what their children have learned in class. Lanissa Jackson, Memorial Middle School. Lanissa has been teaching for 14 years, 4 of them at Memorial Middle School. This is her 2nd year as the ELA department chair. She loves to sew, knit, crochet, and spend time with her 3 daughters. She is also active in her church community outreach events. One of her most rewarding experiences teaching was a few years ago when she taught a small class of students learning English as a second language. They told her she made learning English fun. She says these students were so hungry to learn, and that made her job easy. It made her feel great that she was able to impart knowledge, and their comments were so appreciated. Diana Cannon, Rockdale Magnet School for Science and Technology. Diana has been teaching for 26 years. She has taught chemistry at the Magnet School for 17 years. She enjoys traveling, gardening, reading, and spending time with her family. She also has 2 cats who run things at home. She has served as the science team sponsor at Magnet for 15 years and says it has proven to be a wonderful opportunity to work with students who have a passion for STEM in a non-traditional setting. She loves to see them compete in Science Bowl and the National Ocean Sciences Bowl. She says her most rewarding experience in her teaching career was getting the chance to watch her former chemistry student defend her dissertation in neuroscience. It was wonderful to see her advance to the pinnacle of her educational journey in STEM. Ermia Lane, General Ray Davis Middle School. Ermia has been teaching for 14 years, 10 of them teaching high school coordinate algebra to middle school students. She spent several years in the business and management fields of corporate America before becoming a teacher. She volunteers at Elk-Sademore and the Guyana American Association, which helps people from her birthplace who are moving to America. In her spare time, she enjoys shopping, gardening, solving mathematics puzzles, and spending time with her son. She loves to travel and is planning her next big trip to Africa, making Antarctica the last of the continents to visit. She says one of her most rewarding experiences includes the time she helped a student she was tutoring get into college and resolve some legal issues. The student is now pursuing a degree in education with the idea of becoming an educator. Brittany Marks, Rockdale Open Campus. Brittany has been teaching English language arts for 3 years. She enjoys spending time with her son and other family members, listening to audiobooks, trying new restaurants, and volunteering in many different ways. Brittany attended RCPS as a student. She says it is an honor to be able to collaborate with some of the same educators who helped her to become the woman she is today. She believes that any time a student credits their graduation and academic success to you as a teacher, it is the most rewarding experience. She has had multiple students attribute their success to her, but last year one in particular said, "If it wasn't for you, I would have been in the streets and threw my life away. You are the reason I am graduating, and I owe this to you." When other people asked, he would say that she saved him. She says she strives each day to make an impact on her students, but never once considered herself a lifesaver or imagined that she could be considered that valuable to a student. Seeing him amongst many of her other student graduates will always be the most rewarding part of what she does. Taylor Reed, Salem High School. Taylor has been teaching economics for 3 years. She loves to go on walks, read books, learn new things on TikTok, and travel. She volunteers through her sorority, assisting high school students with the college admissions process and scholarships. She also volunteers in many capacities at her church. She says the most rewarding experience in her teaching career is seeing her students grow and matriculate into young adulthood in a span of 10 months as they prepare to begin their journey. The month of May will always hold a special place in her heart because she coordinates their senior week, honors night, graduation practice, and graduation ceremony. On the day of graduation, her students are finally able to give her the big hug they've been waiting all year to do, and tears of joy are expressed. Priscilla Simon, Sims Elementary School. Priscilla has been teaching for 30 years, and the past 3 have been in 2nd grade. In her spare time, she likes to read, go shopping, travel, and listen to music. She has an adult child and 2 adult grandchildren. She says her most rewarding experience in her teaching career was to have 2/3 of her scholars to score proficient or distinguished on their end of the year star reading assessment. This same group of scholars kept the first in math trophy all school year, participated in their weekly reading challenge, and the math problem of the week. LaTanya Stanford, Pine Street Elementary. LaTanya has been teaching 2nd grade for 6 years. She served as a parapro for 3.5 years prior, although teaching is her 3rd career following mechanical engineering and human resources. In her spare time, she enjoys volunteering with her sorority, curling up on the couch with a good movie, greeting the Amazon delivery person, and chauffeuring her teenage daughter around, who has a busy cheerleading and dance schedule. She also has an adult son. Some of her most rewarding experiences include being asked by parents and her principal to loop up with her class during her first year as the Gifted Program Challenge teacher for her grade level. She was honored and flattered at the opportunity, but chose to remain with her grade level team. During this same school year, a student who was placed in her class with behavior concerns ended up being accepted into Program Challenge, and his mother wrote her the sweetest letter of appreciation at the end of the school year. She says it means a lot when the expression of appreciation comes from the parent. Amber Vest, Lorraine Elementary. Amber has been teaching for 28 years and has been teaching art for 1 year. She served as a substitute prior to earning her degree and has been at Lorraine since it opened in 1996 after teaching at Honey Creek for 2 years. In her spare time, she enjoys CrossFit, reading, crocheting, and hanging out with her 4 rescue dogs. She has 2 adult daughters with awesome sons-in-law. She volunteers with local dog rescues, Relay for Life, and crochets hats, scarves, and blankets to donate to children's charities. She says her most memorable teaching experiences include teaching art and creating an outdoor art space, along with watching her students grow into successful adults and then teaching their kids. Naya Ward, Honey Creek Elementary. Naya has been teaching for 7 years and has been teaching 3rd grade for 2 years. In her spare time, she enjoys spending quality time with family and friends, traveling, serving her community, and diving deep into fascinating books. She volunteers tutoring and through her church and her sorority. She says her pride and joy is her Morkie, which is a Yorkie Maltese mix. She says teaching is such a rewarding profession, and it is most rewarding to watch all her students improve academically and individually. She recalls one student who was retained in both kindergarten and 2nd grade. At the beginning of the school year, he struggled behaviorally and academically. After building a relationship with this student and being fair and consistent with her classroom management, she watched him improve drastically, and they relentlessly worked together to bridge all learning gaps. As a result, when he left her classroom, he became a model student the following year, receiving awards such as Student of the Month and even Honor Roll. The best part was him coming back to her classroom each day and informing her what he had learned and how much he had behaved. She says this is what makes her job so rewarding. Heather Webb, C.J. Hicks Elementary. Heather has been teaching for 16 years and currently teaches 4th grade. In her spare time, she loves to travel, watch movies, read, make shirts, spend time with family, and just be outdoors. She volunteers tutoring in math and helps with the Sunshine Fund, which spreads a little sunshine throughout the year to her colleagues. She and her husband have been married for 7 years and have 2 little girls. She says she has many rewarding experiences in her 16 years and recalls an amazing student who struggled in math. She was in the gifted program but qualified based on her reading. Math was quite a challenge for her and she felt defeated easily. Close to spring break, the student pulled her aside and said, "Mrs. Webb, thanks for everything you taught me in math. You made it fun. I'm going to bring my A game on the milestones. I no longer think math is hard." She learned the student scored a level 4 on the math part of her milestones and could not have asked for a better gift from a student. She gained the confidence she needed to realize she was developing into a great math student. Gail Weber, Shoal Creek Elementary. Gail has been teaching for 10 years and has been teaching in the science lab for 8 years. She loves animals and was a pig farmer and zookeeper before becoming a teacher. She is the resident animal person at her school to rescue and remove all bugs, spiders, frogs, toads, and snakes that make their way into the building. She likes to watch all kinds of birds and also loves flower gardening. She says she would love a yard full of flowers so she didn't have to mow grass. In her spare time, she walks for exercise and takes her 2 large rescue dogs to the beach to run. She volunteers with breast cancer awareness, empty bowls, and other activities. She says it's most rewarding when students love the investigations so much they go home and try them out and then come back and explain how it worked out. Imagine the student who can be a challenge behaviorally and not showing much interest in the simple circuit investigation. The very next day, the same student comes to school and shows you a working fan made from a plastic bottle and a circuit. It was so cool in more ways than one. Or the students that bring in rocks and fossils that want to share them with you. She also thoroughly loves to hear the students say they want to be a scientist because it's fun. She says it's so very rewarding to hear students asking lots of questions and being willing to explore new ideas for their science investigations. Dr. Erica Williams, Rockdale Elementary Virtual. Erica has been teaching for 26 years and is currently teaching 5th grade virtual. She loves to travel, listen to music, and laugh. She and her daughter volunteer, feeding the homeless for Thanksgiving and delivering boxes of necessities at Christmas to people who are living in tents under the highway underpasses. Her most memorable teaching experience comes from 2011 when she moved across the world to teach in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. She taught 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade boys English, math, and science. She did not speak Arabic and they did not speak English, but together they built a classroom culture that promoted student achievement and tolerance. When assigned the role of grade level chair, she enjoyed working in collaboration with both English medium teachers and Arabic teachers as they successfully built a diverse and academically rich education environment. She was proud to coordinate the school's first STEM fair, as science is her passion. She says she learned so much as she worked to establish connections and relationships within the Bedouin community where the school was located. Celeste Woods, Peaks Chapel Elementary. Celeste has been teaching for 26 years and currently serves as the Early Intervention Specialist or EIP teacher. She says she was born to be an educator with several family members and parents who are both retired educators. She volunteers with her church and her sorority. She is passionate about traveling and has great memories from Brazil, Thailand, London, Amsterdam, Costa Rica, and Spain. She also enjoys cooking and preparing cuisines from all parts of the world. She and her husband have 3 children, a daughter-in-law, and 1 grandson. She says the most rewarding experiences are the relationships she has continued with her previous students. She says she is so blessed to witness their accomplishments through the years, from high school and college graduations, beginning their careers, attending their weddings, and the birth of their children. She has enjoyed seeing her scholars blossom and become responsible and productive citizens. Lydia Chirilla, Rockdale Career Academy. Lydia is in her 9th year teaching and teaches interior design, fashion design, and textile science. She enjoys being outside, camping, playing ultimate frisbee, doing home renovation projects, reading, and mentoring high school students in the summer. She enjoys traveling the country with her husband and being a cat mom to her 2 Siamese cats. She says it is incredibly rewarding when students who have graduated come back to share what an impact she made on their lives. One in particular stands out. Because of her influence and the students' positive experience, she went to UGA to study family and consumer science education. She went to school to hopefully one day do her exact job. The student developed a passion for interiors and fashion, and instead of pursuing one of those as a career, she chose to invest in the next generation and studied to become a teacher. She might even be student teaching with her this year.
Growing up, I always knew I wanted to teach. I knew it from a really young age. I just felt it on my spirit as a calling. I've always had a very loud, vibrant personality, and so you could ask any of my friends that they would have probably seen that I was going to be a teacher. As far as the content of design, it's in my blood. My mom was an interior designer and her dad was an architect. And so I grew up, I was homeschooled a couple years, 3rd and 4th grade, and I spent a lot of time right next to my mom. She was an artist and a designer, and I, from being really little, just learned to appreciate color and texture and light. And our minds work really differently, but she helped me see the world differently. And she is a lot of my inspiration. I think I could probably get excited about teaching anything. It's just in my nature. Like, I'm not into history or English, but I could probably teach it because I love students. I love sharing knowledge. but it's the design world that I feel really passionate about. So it's a really a sweet mix of loving the content and having a heart and a history with it, but also loving teaching because I want to, you know, impact kids' lives.
Quinnsweller Taylor, Edwards Middle School. Quinnsweller has been teaching for 13 years and currently teaches 6th grade mathematics. She loves karaoke, although she says she can't sing. She also loves to read and spend time with family, including her 2 boys. She also volunteers tutoring for math through her church and is in the process of renovating an old small school bus to use as a math lab in the community. She says her first true love was education, and finding a way to push each student to reach his or her maximum potential is her goal as a teacher. Her most memorable experiences include those when students contacted her and shared their success stories. Another was when she was awarded the Life Changer of the Year award. She was nominated by a former student who referenced her as a life changer because he disliked math until he entered into her classroom. Now, as an engineer, he says he owes his success to her.
Because education was my first love. So I want those students to feel that same type of love that I felt when I fell in love for the very first time. And I talked about that a lot, you know, trying to make them fall in love with education. But it takes a passionate, you know, teacher that will, you know, relay that type of love to them. They hate fractions, but when I come in and I tell them that I love fraction, they're like, oh Lord, here go this lady again. But at the end, they fall in love with it. And that right there, it gets me so excited because the light bulbs come on and it's like, man, Miss Taylor, I'm not afraid of fractions anymore. And I'm like, I told you, you would never be afraid of it if you just fall in love with it. I promise you it'll work.
Tara Telke, Rockdale County High School. Tara has been teaching art for 17 years. She loves to paint, craft, read, garden, and travel. She has 3 cats and 3 children in college. She volunteers through an environmental club that recycles and composts, plants trees, builds bird and bee sanctuaries, participates in local litter cleanups, and spreads awareness of environmental issues. She is thrilled whenever a student returns to take her class again, or reaches out to her after graduation, and continues to make beautiful and meaningful artwork. She loves to see how they use their creative skills to make the world a better and more beautiful place.
I love making art, but I think the main thing for me was I had a fabulous high school art teacher. His name was Daniel Weiss. And believe it or not, I was not even a good reader when I got to high school. He made me passionate about learning. He made me literally just fall in love with the process of learning and everything. You know, I think I learned about politics, and I learned about science, and I learned about literature through my art class. And suddenly, even though I wasn't good at reading, I was motivated to become good at reading. He made me feel valuable, and he made me feel empowered. By my senior year, I realized that he was kind of passing on a torch that I really needed to pass on to other people. That what he had done for me, making me feel good about myself, empowering me. Here, when I was looking at, you know, job possibilities, I couldn't even believe it. I hadn't planned on going into art, certainly not education. And the way he had impacted me, I couldn't see myself doing anything else.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you our board vice chairwoman, Mrs. Pam Brown.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the entire Rockdale County Board of Education, I would like to congratulate all of our teachers of the year. To our honorees, I extend our collective appreciation for each of you. We understand the long hours, patience, and nurturing it takes to be a successful teacher. Now more than ever, and you all know what I'm talking about. You were challenged by a global pandemic the past couple of years, which greatly disrupted teaching and learning as we knew it. Your perseverance prevailed, and tonight we celebrate you as being one of the best in your field. You nurture and empower our students to find their own success and prepare them for bright future. You set an example for others to follow with an unwavering commitment to your students, your school, and school community. We are grateful you chose Rockdale County Public Schools to share your passion and your gift to teach. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. To become Rockdale County's Teacher of the Year is not an easy task. Following their selection as school-level Teachers of the Year, these honorees completed a comprehensive written application. 3 judges reviewed the applications, and the 3 teachers who received the highest cumulative scores were named finalists and moved to the second level of judging. Our judges then interviewed our finalists before selecting our District Teacher of the Year. This is always a tough decision because all of our teachers are so great. But I would like to thank our judges for giving so much of their time and attention throughout the selection process. We'll now turn it over to our Superintendent, Dr. Terry Oates.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us to honor a select group of outstanding teachers. Dr. King said, Martin Luther King Jr., intelligence plus character, that is the goal, the true goal of education. These teachers were called to make a difference in this world by shaping the minds and character of our young people. This calling has certainly become more challenging as we continue to navigate an evolving pandemic. Still, these amazing teachers continue to find ways to challenge, inspire, and motivate students to fulfill their highest potential. You see, before you can engage the mind, you have to inspire the heart. If truth be told, students really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I would be willing to bet that students would tell you that these teachers demonstrate not only the highest level of competence in the classroom, but they also exhibit the traits of compassion, kindness, understanding, and most importantly, a genuine love for their students. These remarkable teachers fundamentally understand that they teach students, not content. They are not only outstanding teachers, but they are outstanding people. As superintendent, I'm proud to recognize all our honorees tonight who truly deserve our appreciation for their hard work and dedication. They represent many subject areas and grade levels from young elementary learners to economics, literature, mathematics, fine arts, and virtual learning, to name a few. With so many amazing educators in our midst, it is very difficult to narrow the field to one Rockdale County Teacher of the Year. But the Teacher of the Year criteria demand that we find those who stand out the most. I will close by simply saying, thank you. Not only our honorees, but to all the amazing teachers and staff of Rockdale County Public Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Oates. At this time, we will hear from our outgoing Teacher of the Year, Ms. Stacy Homer from Pine Street Elementary. Please direct your attention to the screen.
Good evening. Thank you for providing the opportunity for me to speak to you all tonight. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Stacy Homer, EIP teacher at Pine Street Elementary, Rockdale native, former RCPS student, and Rockdale County's District Teacher of the Year for the 2021-2022 school year. It has been my absolute pleasure to serve and represent Rockdale this past year for this incredibly prestigious honor. It has been both a very humbling and rewarding experience. Reflecting on the past year, we as teachers have accomplished a tremendous amount. We have continued to encounter challenges surrounding the pandemic that first struck our nation back in 2020. Last year, students had to relearn the expectations of being in school full-time, and teachers were faced with the extremely difficult task of closing the academic gap created by the effects of virtual learning, among other barriers, all while adjusting back to an in-person classroom setting. Though the work of a teacher never truly stops, and the achievement target sometimes seems as if it's constantly shifting, know that you have made a difference in the lives of your students. You all were able to confront unique challenges head-on and rise above obstacles that could have easily prevented you from a successful year with your students. You were recognized as the greatest among great in your school and chosen as both a representative and leader in your building. Please know that your efforts, dedication, and hard work are seen and appreciated. Congratulations to all the teachers, finalists, and the new District Teacher of the Year for the 2022-2023 school year. You are all an inspiration and role model to many. Please take a minute to do something that's normally a bit foreign to teachers and celebrate yourselves. Reflect on your accomplishments and successes and bask in the moment. It is well deserved. Thank you for continuing to serve your students and community to ultimately make our world and future a little brighter.
We certainly extend our appreciation to Ms. Homer for her comments, and we also give our heartfelt appreciation to her once again for being among the best of the best. Well, we are just minutes away from announcing our winner. But before we do, I would like to thank all of our community partners who contributed to the gift bags for each of our honorees, our finalists, and our Teacher of the Year. This year, our honorees will receive a gift bag from Georgia United Credit Union that includes a plaque from Coca-Cola Bottling Company United, and then gift items from Georgia United Credit Union, Piedmont Rockdale Hospital, Todd Shambo State Farm, Dermatology Center of Newton and Rockdale, Emeritus, Mutual of Omaha, Pop and Stop, and Jim and Nick's, and Chick-fil-A. They also will receive in the gift bag, actually from Jim and Nick's, it's a meal card, and from Chick-fil-A, it's a Be Our Guest card. You also have a $10 gift card from Cowan Ace Hardware, a $25 Amazon gift card from Cannon Financial Strategists, a $25 gift card from New Vision Financial, a $25 gas card from Ahmadiyya Islam Community, and a check for $50 from the Rockdale GAE. Congratulations. Yeah. But there's more. Our finalists will receive the same, but a few items are a little bit different. They also have a $25 gift card to Amici. Their New Vision Financial gift card is $50. Their Amazon gift card is $50. And they have a $100 gas card from Ahmadiyya Islam Community. Now, in addition, our Teacher of the Year's gift bag has a $100 gift card, also from gas card from Ahmadiyya Islam Community, a $100 gift card from New Vision Financial, a $100 Amazon gift card from Cannon Financial Strategists, and a $250 check from the Conyers-Rockdale Chamber of Commerce. That's pretty good. Let's give them a round of applause. But there's more. So at this time, I will turn it over to Mrs. Susan Paul Smith with the Rockdale County Public Schools Foundation, who will be up on your screen.
Good evening and congratulations, Teachers of the Year. The Rockdale County Public Schools Foundation has supported the teachers in Rockdale County for more than 30 years. Each year, we invite teachers to apply for a grant to fund innovative classroom projects. We also support the Rockdale County Teacher of the Year program by awarding a monetary gift to the 2 finalists and to the Rockdale County Teacher of the Year. On behalf of the Rockdale County Public Schools Foundation, it is my pleasure to present a $100 check to each of the 2 finalists and a $500 check to our Rockdale County Teacher of the Year. Congratulations to each of you.
Okay, and now the time you have all been waiting for. The announcement of our Rockdale County Teacher of the Year. Dr. Oates, if you will join me.
Thank you very much. It is my distinct pleasure to announce this year's Teacher of the Year.
Drum roll.
And the Teacher of the Year is Miss Lydia Trillo.
Thank you. It's here. Oh, mercy. Okay. Wow. This is really cool. What an incredible honor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful to represent my county and my school, Rockdale Career Academy. Whoop, whoop. There are just so many people who have influenced and supported my teaching journey. I truly believe that teaching is a calling that the Lord has placed on my life. And I first want to thank Him for giving me the strengths and abilities to thrive as a teacher. The Lord is who gives me the joy that many people say is unique and uncommon in my life. He gives me a true peace that goes beyond understanding. And let me just say that is much required in the world of teaching. Next, I'd like to thank my husband, Mike Chirillo. Mike has stood with me throughout my 9 years of teaching. He's supported my passion every step of the way. He's listened to countless stories and has walked alongside me in seasons of enthusiasm about teaching, but also my lower moments when I've asked myself, what have I gotten myself into? He's encouraged me every step of the way. Next, I must thank my dear friends that I work with at RCA. What a family they all are to me. The entire staff has been such a strength and source of encouragement. I truly could not ask for a more special place to work. In particular, I must thank some of my closest friends, Chris Mays, Jesse Smith, Ted Davis, and of course, Shannon Houck. Though I did not know any of these people 10 years ago, they have each played a vital role in my teaching journey. Shannon was my mentor teacher my first year at RCA and quickly became one of my dearest and most cherished friends. She reminds me regularly to stay the course and remember our why. We teach because God has called us to love and serve our students with the same love that we have first received from Christ Jesus. Shannon is such a rock and a source of strength for me. Next, I thank my family. My dad and sister are some of my biggest fans. My dad has modeled for me what a true life of joy looks like and how to stay the course and stay strong even in the darkest of times. My sister, also a teacher, is a source of confidence and inspiration. And lastly, I thank my mom, who passed away just a week and a half ago. My mom had a passion and career in the field of design. She is who taught me to love art and color and how to find the beauty in all of life. I have the special privilege of teaching interior design and fashion, and these were true gifts of hers, and I feel incredibly honored to teach a subject that she held so dear. I only wish she could see me today, and I receive this honor today in her memory. As the District Teacher of the Year, I hope to inspire all teachers to remember their why, whatever it may be.
I want to be a light and an encouragement to others to stay the course, to remember that our students need us and they want us, and that it's worth wading through the paperwork. It's worth waking up early, which is a personal hurdle of mine. It is worth the lack of recognition. We do all of this for them, for our students. We each are here for a purpose, and I want to use my voice to strengthen each one of us to remember that purpose. I hope I can share some of my childlike energy and joy with others to inspire new teachers and veterans alike to become reinvigorated and strengthened to do what we are each made to do. So thank you again for this very special honor. It is a privilege.
Congratulations and thank you. Each year, the Rockdale County Board of Commissioners signs a proclamation in honor of the Teacher of the Year. We will now hear from Commissioner Dr. Doreen Williams up on your screen.
Hello, I'm Commissioner Doreen Williams from Rockdale County, and I'm really excited to be here for this event. As a retired teacher, I know how important education is and instilling lifelong learning in our students. So I'm really happy today to be able to honor the 22-23 Teacher of the Year for Rockdale County. Rockdale County has a proclamation, and I'm going to read it at this time. Whereas Rockdale County Public Schools participates in the annual Georgia Teacher of the Year program sponsored by the Georgia Department of Education, and whereas the teachers selected for the Teacher of the Year title are individuals who inspire students of all backgrounds and abilities to learn, have the respect and admiration of students, parents, and colleagues, play an active and useful role in the community and in the school, are poised, articulate, and energetic. And whereas the Teacher of the Year program recognizes exceptionally dedicated, knowledgeable, and skilled teachers who plan to continue their career in education, and whereas the Rockdale County Teacher of the Year is selected by a panel of judges based on responses to questions from a written application and a formal interview session, and whereas Ms. Lydia Chirillo teaches interior design, fashion design, and textile science at the Rockdale Career Academy. She has been teaching for 8 years. Ms. Chirillo serves as the Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, FCCLA advisor at RCA, and under her leadership consistently has students qualify and compete at the national level. She also serves on the RCA Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports team, which strives to create a positive culture and climate within the school. Ms. Chirillo has been selected by the judges as the Rockdale County Teacher of the Year for the 2022-2023 school year. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Board of Commissioners, do hereby salute Ms. Chirillo and proclaim Tuesday, October 25th, 2022 as Ms. Lydia Chirillo Day, 2022-2023 Rockdale County Teacher of the Year, to honor her service as an educator with outstanding ability, great enthusiasm, and absolute dedication to her students. In witness whereof we have hereunto set our hands and caused the official seal of Rockdale County to be affixed on this 25th day of October, 2022. Signed by Chairman Oz Nesbitt, Commissioner Post 1, Sherry L. Washington, and Commissioner Post 2, Doreen Williams. Congratulations, Ms. Chirillo.
We congratulate all of our Teachers of the Year and thank you for being here tonight, both in person and online. Our sincere appreciation to Mr. Corey Benjamin and his students for streaming the program this evening, our Community Relations Department, our Technology Department, and our School Nutrition Department for their hard work in making this a special evening for all. We'd like to invite you out to our guest in here. I guess online you can't join us for a dessert, but we do have something special for each of you to take home, all of our guests and our administrators and our Teachers of the Year as well. So if you want to make your way to the atrium to grab your special treat, we appreciate you being here with us this evening. Teachers, your gift bags are behind you on stage, and they are alphabetical from this side to that side. So please don't forget your special gift bag. Thank you all. Have a safe evening.